Hi everyone, Dr. Tim here, and today we're going to be covering low thyroid function basics, and specifically the two most common patterns of hypothyroid, or low thyroid function. For starters, I'd like to talk about how the thyroid gets told what to do. So in the brain, the pituitary gland produces a hormone called thyroid stimulating hormone. This hormone then goes to the thyroid, tells it to produce more thyroid hormone. This thyroid hormone can then go to the body, all the peripheral cells, and tell them, hey, let's produce more ATP, producing more energy to do work. With a low thyroid, it means that there's low output of thyroid hormone, meaning there's low ATP available to do work. In this case, patients will experience fatigue, weight gain, hair loss, trouble sleeping, and a bunch of issues that align with low energy. No matter the pattern of hypothyroid, there's always going to be your symptoms that you experience, some sort of dysfunction, there's something driving that dysfunction, and we need to identify how we're going to fix that driver or correct it. And typically with thyroid issues, those two things are going to be fix your blood sugar to decrease the stress response, and then fix any underlying immune issue that's going to contribute to inflammation. The two drivers of hypothyroid are your inflammation and your stress hormones. Both are heavily involved with the immune system. And in your immune system, you have T helper cells, a bunch of different ones that help contribute to normal immune function. Your Th1 cells are going to help fight off infections such as viral infections, if you get a cold, things like that. And your Th2 cells are going to help your body fight off heavy metal toxicities, parasitic infections, allergies, gut inflammation, things like that. And then a lot of people, they have underlying gut issues, mold toxicities, allergies, things like that are hiking up that Th2 side that they don't even realize. And so these people begin to be in this chronic state of being super susceptible to a downregulated thyroid, as well as contributing over to autoimmunity. Because if you are in a Th2 dominant state for a long time, you're more likely to begin to produce Th17 cells, which produce antibodies and contribute to autoimmunity. And even if you don't get to that point, high Th2s produce a lot of inflammation, and it causes increase in stress hormone production, which even further pushes down on that Th1 side. So it's just a vicious cycle. Those antibodies that are produced by Th17 cells are going to then go over to the thyroid and attack thyroid peroxidase or thyroglobulin. Those are either a protein or an enzyme that contribute to producing thyroid hormones. So in people with Hashimoto's, it's not that their brain's not telling them to produce thyroid hormone, it's that their thyroid is unable to produce it because something is attacking the nuts and bolts that help make thyroid hormone. Because of this, on blood work in Hashimoto's, the brain is trying to ramp up thyroid hormone production. And so TSH goes really, really high. It tells the thyroid, push, 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 try to produce more and more and more, and it just can't because there's not the material to do so. In a downregulated or functional hypothyroid, due to inflammation and stress, without autoimmunity, the stress and inflammation are going to tell the pituitary to slow down because the body is in a chronic stress state. It needs to conserve energy like it's starving. And so it produces lower amounts of TSH, which leads to lower amounts of T3 and T4. In order to fix either of these patterns, you need to correct this immune imbalance. So you need to identify what the underlying Th2 boosting things are. So you need to identify if there's gut inflammation. You need to identify if there's a parasitic infection, mold, metals, all those things, and you need to eliminate those. At the same time, you need to correct blood sugar because chronic blood sugar issues lead to increase in stress hormones. If blood sugar drops low, the adrenal glands kick on and produce cortisol, epinephrine, all those stress hormones that dampen the immune system and cause the pituitary to secrete less TSH. Once you balance this out, you'll see a decrease in hypothyroid symptoms. And a lot of times with the thyroid, it's not based off of what the labs say, it's based on how you feel. These numbers can take a long time to change on labs, but if you're seeing or feeling improvements, you're on the right track. That wraps it up for this thyroid video. I sure hope it was informative. If you have any further questions, feel free to book an appointment or a 20-minute consultation with me. All you have to do is Scan the QR code right there. All my info is on there, all my socials. Feel free to reach out to me through any of those methods. Thanks.